Hey Nidhi.
Hey Saeed, what a summer, eh, Saeed? I feel like it flew by and now we're back in the school.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's been quite a roller coaster these first few weeks.
I get it. Just getting used to one of my courses that's completely asynchronous. It's different than our typical face-to-face courses at OISE, which I really like.
Yeah, I do like the fact that my time is flexible. Dr. Alexandra Makos gave me some very useful tips on managing my time and schedule online.
I've taken a course with her and I found those strategies that she shared really, really useful. How are
Yeah.
your other courses going on so far?
Let me tell you, it's week 2, and I sometimes wonder how present the prof is. It's just not the same when I can't see them in person.
I hear you. But just remember that asynchronous learning might be new for many students, and it's also really new for many instructors. And hey, it's only week 2.
Yeah. Was your experience any different than mine? I feel like I've been putting in a decent amount of effort into readings and commenting on other people's stuff.
Initially, I wasn't sure about teacher presence in this particular course, but
Mhm.
then later I realized that the prof was posting insightful comments on many posts and extending our thinking.
Good.
They even used the little, like button. It's different, but I've enjoyed it.
Nice. I wonder if there are any other strategies that our profs use to be more engaged with their students. And, I know our profs care about our learning, and I'd like to learn more about, how they stay connected with us and cultivate a sense of community.
Yeah, these strategies actually can be very useful for us students as well. It'd be nice to engage more with other students as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I took a course with Professor Lesley Wilton. Have you taken a course with her? She incorporated some neat ways to stay connected with us and kept us super, super engaged as learners. I truly felt a sense of belonging in that particular course. I think we should talk to her and learn more from her what strategies she uses in her courses to keep us all connected.
Yes, definitely. I'll set that up.
Awesome.
Hi,
Hi, Leslie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're
Hey,
good.
Leslie.
So,
Hi.
Nidhi's with me, and we just had some questions, and we want to talk about presence and some other things related to online learning. And we know you're an expert, so we just wanted your 2 cents.
All right. I'm happy to share what I know.
Cool. So Leslie, in what ways do you connect with your students despite the lack of in-person meetings during this time?
Thanks for that question. It's a good one. So I realize that online learning can be really intimidating, and there's many ways for instructors to set up online learning environments. So that means that students have to find their way around these online environments at the beginning of the course. And it's a little bit like finding your way around a new building or even around a new classroom, except that the online learning environment may not be familiar to students at all. I like to create a learning environment for students that begins with a start here note. Um, that really helps the students to get oriented, and I also like to start with an intro folder so that students can post something about themselves and also for their peers to get to know them. In the courses I teach, it's really important that there's a learning community and a sense of trust among the students so that learning can happen with others. After students post their About Me note, others are encouraged to say hello too, so that everyone receives a welcome from the students too. As well, I post a private message to say hello and to kind of welcome them to the course and acknowledge something about them. And I do this privately because it helps to establish an instructor-student relationship without detracting from the relationship with others. I'll often get a response to my welcome note. And after that initial interaction, I'll connect with students in many ways. So I might post private notes of encouragement or reassurance if I think that will help them. I might acknowledge the courage that it sometimes takes to take risks or share experiences with others. And I might also quietly offer advice on how to navigate the learning management system because they may not be familiar with that. I tell students that I'm not very visible in the course because research from the community of inquiry perspective tells us that teaching presence in an online learning environment is maybe at its strongest when it smoothly recedes into the background. allowing for peer-to-peer relationships to develop naturally when learning's happening. So that peer-to-peer part is often referred to as social presence. So as well, I have weekly virtual office hours so that students can drop in and visit with me. And I try to pick times that work for everybody because often I'll have students from all around the world. And I try to make sure that those office hours are set for them. And then students will send me messages when I'm online in the learning management system, and I do my best to answer those questions as soon as I can in order to maintain a sense of presence.
Nice.
Those are some really great ways to, connect with your students. But I wonder, initially all that works, but how do you keep the students encouraged to stay connected with each other throughout the course?
Good question, Nidhi. So not all students feel safe or comfortable posting and interacting with each other online, especially in their first online course. So this type of learning can take a bit of getting used to. The Nordic Council of Ministers actually published a guide for silent learners to provide ideas for helping adult students feel more comfortable and included. The learning management system I use can show me when students are present, even if they aren't saying a lot online. So activities that help students get to know each other can really make a difference. In my courses, there are group activities where students become leaders of a discussion. They work together in private groups to plan icebreakers and activities and discussion questions that align with the course topics in advance of their week. And they get to know each other when they're doing that. So it creates a kind of a group feeling even from a distance. This opportunity to work in small groups can really help to establish trust and relationships with each other and create that sense of belonging.
Sometimes a day or two will go by and then I'll feel completely overwhelmed because I have 20 unread notifications, 10 new threads, 3 private messages, and an assignment due notification. So how can I manage all of that and still have time to make, meaningful contributions to the class?
That's a really good point, Saeed. Sometimes that can happen. I encourage students to check in regularly so that they don't feel behind, but sometimes a lot of learning and discussions can happen unexpectedly. Students just happen to be online. Maybe it's a rainy day or something. They're all engaged in good discussion and there's lots to be said. So I encourage students not to worry about what's being said in other groups and to just focus on their own group and what's being said there. I acknowledge that the number of notes posted can feel overwhelming and encourage students just to read what they need to read. Just take a few steps. Don't feel like you have to catch up on everything. And that's also why an icebreaker can be a low stress way to engage before jumping into those discussions. And I also encourage students to step in and not try to feel like they need to say something truly unique. It's not important for a student to read everything before they say something. It's not really expected that you're going to come up with a very unique position on something before you can step in. And also, even in a face-to-face conversation, it wouldn't be expected that you're always going to have a unique thing to say to step into that conversation. Mm-hmm. So I encourage students to just jump in. I have a couple of memes that I post to encourage them to participate. And I think that we just have to remember that everyone has a different context and different experiences to guide their learning. And we can learn a lot from what others say as they share their perspectives and ideas. Just step in.
That's amazing, Lesley. We're both learning so much, and it's so much. It just sounds like so much work and so much thought that goes into it. Well, thanks for spending so much time with us, Lesley. I'm gonna go follow you on Twitter right now.
Thank you, Lesley. That was really, really insightful. I feel so good about being in an online course now.
Likewise.
Thank you.
We'll catch up soon. Bye.
Bye.